look she gave you was so adorable.
So it's tribute time.
Tribute season.
Remember how you hated it?
No, I love the first tribute. The second tribute I hated.
Well,
and then
I hated
said,
that too.
Then I said I'll never do it again.
Okay, so we wanted, I think tribute is so much more than a fashion show.
Yes.
So, and anybody who's been there, they know that. But for people that haven't been there, they don't. And I think it's different things for different people. Mm-hmm. But one of the things that I love the most about it is that it's an audience of really every kind of person.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that there's something for everyone.
Yeah.
That comes.
Yeah, there is.
Even me.
Yes. Well, it's a good thing. So the reason why we loved the first year, well, it started, I know we've touched on this before, but we were having all this global success, and not that we needed any accolades from St. Louis.
Right.
But we felt it's super important for our models to get some of that acknowledgement and accolades. So it started there.
Right.
And it started when we were still in a place of managing Karlie.
Right.
And then soon thereafter, what?
It wasn't called Tribute.
I know,
It was
remember?
called Shine, right?
Well, like our first conversations. Do you remember how I came up with the name of Tribute?
From Starbucks.
Yeah.
The Starbucks blend.
I was sitting in the drive-thru of the Starbucks going, Tribute. They had a Tribute coffee.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, yes. And I think that was probably, that's a whole other conversation. We should have known right then. There's trouble brewing. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Tribute. So the first year was fun because, well, it was so classic us. It was folding chairs and a couple of lights, and I don't know what the backdrop was. Kelly helped arrange the backdrop.
No, the backdrop was amazing. It was built out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice.
It was very nice.
And the show was simple.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't that
no,
simple.
Wait, I think about how we styled it along with, what's her name? Samantha?
Samantha Chadwick.
The first one.
Yeah.
Because I remember her arriving with bags of stuff, because it was
Yeah.
all vintage thrift.
Yeah.
We were kind of known for that. And we had to pull some rabbits out of hats, because it was all, but it was fun, and it was celebratory, and it was just a fun thing.
Yeah.
Then the second year was when we did the concept of the same place at the MX, and then we put the black and white images up of the models, remember?
Yes, I remember.
But the bad part,
halfway through the show, they started falling off the wall.
I just remember,
I'm mortified.
I remember like yesterday, you looking at me and you said, never make me do this again. And here we are 13 years later, so we know how that all worked out.
Right.
But then the third year, I think we were back at the MX, maybe, I can't remember. I remember one year it was really cold, and it was like a warehousey kind of setting. It wasn't a warehouse, but it was like an empty space of a building. I just remember it being very cold in there.
The MX?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember Mallory got really sick?
Oh yeah, that was her first tribute, and she couldn't do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we had just moved here because, or maybe that was year 3, I don't know, but I just remember it was very cold, and she was really sick, and we sent her home because she was like sick.
Yeah.
And by that time it had grown a little bit, but I feel like the time that it really kind of went into that next level was the year that we actually had lighting and sound, and we had LED screens. Do you remember?
That was 2000. Was it 17?
I feel like it was
16.
No, because it would have been right before. That was one of the years that Alanna Arrington had just come off of Fashion Week. Her first one, I think.
Okay.
Because she was turning 18, or maybe it was next year. She was turning 18. I remember we celebrated her 18th birthday, there's video of us with the birthday cake, and she literally left like couple days later to go do Victoria's Secret for the first time.
Wow.
So it evolved into a celebration of more model successes, and then she's a great example. I wanted to look back and find out. We've had 25 models since we started Tribute. Debut on a Tribute runway, and then like the next season, the one year we had Katie, Jay, and Hazel all walk in Tribute, and immediately the season following all walked in Gucci.
Right.
So we've had 25 models get their start on the Tribute runway, but I feel like this year is gonna.
Would you say that Tribute is a launching pad for models?
Yeah. It's,
Look at him asking those interviews.
I know.
He said,
Look at you. Have you been? I don't know. That's good. Yes. It's turned into that.
It's turned into that.
But
yeah.
but I had a conversation with one of the new girls yesterday, and she asked a great question. She was like, if things don't happen for me immediately from Tribute, what does that mean? And I'm like, Tribute's the beginning.
Right.
If for some models it can turn right into more in that moment, because we do have agents coming, and we'll talk about that. But it's also, it starts the conversation. It's upping the level of their development, which is another reason why we do Tribute. It's evolved into why we do Tribute. That I said, no, this is the beginning. This is that next thing that's going to keep elevating you with the goal of being one of those girls that's...
Right. Yeah, I will say it's not necessary though.
It's not necessary.
Right. I think that the time, because there's some models that don't need Tribute to be launched.
Or it's timing too.
It's timing, yes, but I'm trying to figure out a way to say it. It's like we scout someone, we start the development process, and most models need that time
1,000,000%.
leading up to Tribute and Tribute
1,000,000%.
to really be comfortable and ready to go to the next step.
Because one of the problems in our business, big time, and one of the reasons why we're doing this podcast, The Model Business, is because things started to move so much faster in the modeling world than in a different way, that development time, if you don't have it, careers are cut short like that.
Yeah.
So we know that our strength is scouting, yes, but I feel like our real secret sauce is two things: development, like concrete, tangible development, and community and support. You know what I mean?
Oh, I thought you were going to say in Jesus.
Oh yeah, that too.
I was like waiting for you to say.
Maybe I should switch the order.
You should have started with Jesus.
He's gonna go, hello. Where am I on the list? So the other thing is, I was thinking, because I wanted to print this. I have these two things that I like lists. I'm a Virgo, so I like to have a list. This is Runways of the World. So currently we're at 72 models that have walked the top runways of the world. And this is 198 placed models in 28 years.
Wow.
But I did start to think, because I'd go, I was looking, for example, Amelia, how we found a girl at a concert. The timing of us finding her was summer. And then we get the request from Paris, going to have any brand new girl that nobody's seen that could be for this. We send the pictures. So things moved in a different pace for her.
Right.
Because the first time that she watched Tribute was after
Right.
she walked Saint Laurent and got worldwide exclusive. So there are some that the thing is reversed.
Right.
But that's kind of a rare thing.
Right. I personally think you need that extra time
I do
before you
too.
go out into this world.
Well, because her is an example.
Right.
Her career was relatively short-lived because there wasn't such a solid development in place. Things could move a little quicker back in the day. You could find the girl at the mall, you could put her out there, but the industry
Right.
would honor it
Right.
and not go, we need a brand new girl the next season too. So anyway, that's the evolution of, and knowing that since we started Tribute, a big percentage did walk there first before they did anything else. And then I think it was around, we had the year at the Scottish Rite. This was one of the first years there. And Caroline Vreeland came, it was Caroline Vreeland. Wait, we have to go back to, remember the year that we had Steve Garnett do a video? The first time
The first
he did
one. It was the first one.
It
It was the very
was
first
it the
tribute.
first one?
Yes, and we were waiting for the video.
Oh, it's the first tribute.
I think models.com was here.
Yes.
Next was here.
And there wasn't going to be, we were an hour out going, well, I guess there's not going to be a video.
No, we were not. It was not an hour.
No, I mean, still an hour, because I remember going into the ladies' room.
I think I
and everyone's
left.
like, how are you guys? How are you doing? Are you so excited? And I was like,
I think
no,
I
I'm
left.
freaking
I think
out.
Attilio
Oh, you
had.
did.
It was
You did.
something because I went to Attilio's to get a hard drive. I don't even
Yes.
know. Like,
you're right. You left.
was Attilio calling the show?
Yes.
Oh my
Model Walk.
gosh.
Remember?
Yes.
That is so. Yes. Yes. So.
Wow. And Lord had that song that I loved,
Yes.
and the DJ guy played the wrong version of it, and I was
There's always
destroyed.
something.
Yeah.
Well, my point is,
Yeah.
then when we got to Scottish Rite, by that time it had grown a little more. We still weren't. Anita Bitton came.
Anita,
Was
Greg
it-
Kessler was here.
Yes, we would bring these people in our. I think about how we would just say to Greg Kessler, "Hey, want to come to St. Louis and shoot this?" And he would just say yes. As long as you get me Pappy's barbecue, I'll come. Like
Calvin was here.
Calvin came. We have great footage of Anita talking about.
Kyle was here.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Oh, and the friend and Dan, Jerry Cherry.
Yeah.
Wow. So it at that point still is a fashion show, and it still is, but over time then we were able to bring in local designers. We were able to get stylists, have them be able to showcase their things. We've done it. We did the MX 3 times. I was trying to think through. One year we did Union Station. I remember the runway was like 90 feet long or something. That was pretty amazing. It was
Yeah.
when the Fashion Fund had the incubator and those designers, so that was elevated. The thing that put me over the edge was when we did it at the Big Top. We did tribute at a circus tent. The weather was horrible. There's hardly any backstage. I remember all of a sudden we get there and we realize there's no lighting in the backstage. And Allie Ridgway's mom went to IKEA. I probably still owe her like $200 for IKEA lights. She went to IKEA and bought every light that she could find. They were those
Right.
lights. But somehow, and that show, I think that show was a crossroads show for us where we realized either we quit doing this or we elevate the game. And
What brought you to that? To get to that type of corner where you quit or elevate, what happened?
It was a weird moment. I remember that show went by so fast. And we
It
had
was
our
really-
whole family was there. My sister.
one of the few times.
Yeah,
I can't,
Tiana, the little kids.
they
like-
were all there.
Yeah.
Number one, we had to do all the fitting in a separate building, and now it's organized like a ship. But if you recall, there was a massive amount, way too much wardrobe. The whole thing was just, I'd use a term, but I don't want to. It was a cluster.
Latien's was there.
Yes.
Courtney brought Latins, like right when it launched.
Yes, and there was a problem with the shoes, and the shoes are great. We've had the same sponsor forever, Caleres. But it was so chaotic backstage that literally models were coming out with no shoes on. And not until it's happening in real time, and we're going, I feel nauseous. I'm going to throw up right now.
Yeah.
And I remember walking to the hotel, the On God, after, and Wynn Baker was in that show, I remember, because she was sitting and crying over her boyfriend on the corner, like all the things that you're navigating. And the after party was fun.
Where was the after party?
At the On God.
Oh, yes, we had Coco and Breezy.
Oh my gosh, we did. We have this great, I know, we did.
Yeah, the after party was better than the show.
I think at that point, it was tightening up the team, getting the team right, and just deciding what this needed to be. I remember Tiana sitting with me and all of us the next morning, and I'll never forget what she said to me, and I've used that thought many times just in the evolution of our business. She said, Mommy, this is always supposed to be this fun thing, but you've lost it. There's no joy in it anymore. And when your daughter says that to you, you go, you're right, and then you decide, if I am going to keep doing it, then there has to be joy in it, because it is. Whenever you do a production, there's going to be last minute things. There's going to be, so you have to love it beyond, just like everything else that we do. So I feel like that's why, and that since that time, I feel like we elevate every year to one degree or another in a different way.
Yeah.
Like bringing it, now we have 25 agencies that come in from around the world. Last year it kept growing. We had to cap it off because.
The same with this year. It's like, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
But there's also a lot of great new faces and girls in development that,
Yeah, so if you would have told me at the beginning of this year we'd have 30 new faces, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
But the way that they all unfolded, some would come through an open call, or someone would refer somebody, or you need to meet my friend, or the one day we were feeling really low, and we're like, let's take Felix to the park, and then you're sitting at the park, and this amazing girl walks by, and we both start laughing, like, back to God. We're like, okay, we hear you, and yes, we're going to talk to her, and of course she's going to be in the show.
Right.
But it's because you have to maintain that joy part. So we have more new faces than we have the faces in development. We have our models coming back. About 15 of the management girls are coming. So there's that. And for the first time, like significant, when the dream was like, one day it would be so cool to have a designer, like a New York designer. And through a friendship, we've been friends with Jason. We've crossed paths, had dinners, like been in the room. We're really good friends with one of his really good friends. We've had, back in the day of Karlie, she did a lot of shows of his, and then we've had other models walk in his shows, and he was always very kind and lovely. But this year, I was able to forge this friendship with him through talking to him about a project. And first of all, I adore him as a person. Like, I don't think we've ever had a conversation that wasn't at least an hour long.
That's cool.
And he makes me laugh when I don't feel like laughing. He's just funny. But he's super smart, and he understands, not only is he an amazing designer, obviously, he understands this business really well. And
he understands relationship too.
He does. He does. Very much so. And after 2 or 3 conversations this summer, and he was like, but what can I do for you? Or what can I, and it's so wild how in those moments you go, well, I don't want to ask, or I don't want to.
Always ask.
But Mr. Always Ask. Mr. Jeff Always Ask.
Always ask. That's a t-shirt.
That is a t-shirt, and you're really good at it. You are a good asker. So I was just like, hey, we do, you know. He was like, absolutely. It was instant. It was like, you know, it was instant. He's going to be out of the country, so he can't be here, but just to be able to have the finale be, it's just going to be gorgeous, and that makes me really happy. And then when we were in New York, again, everything in our life is, we randomly went to the park and then we saw this, like everything in our life. I was in a 4-hour layover, I met you, and now here we are. Like, I love that about our life, and how then we're in New York and you go, think about the timing of that. We're in New York for Fashion Week and you say,
yeah, let's go by Savant Studios.
And we've gone by Savant Studios many times.
Right.
But he's never been there that I can recall.
Yeah, no.
So that changes. And
it just opens up, you know, a whole conversation that I've been having.
I know you have.
For a year.
Yes,
I
that's
think,
true.
Yeah. So I think the timing and us going to the actual studio was perfect.
I think
because,
so too.
Again, you just ask.
And he had just come off of being at a show and going, I realized how important a show is. Where he said before, I didn't really think that it was that important.
Yeah.
So it also, things had to happen in his world.
Right.
In order for him to be open to this.
Yeah. It's the timing of everything, you know?
It is.
I mean, what an awesome thing for St. Louis as a whole to have, you know, this guy and his crew bring his vision to St. Louis like that.
I
like
know.
that is, it's special.
It's really special.
And it's not like, I never want to come across of like, you know, we're not doing this for photo ops and stuff like that. We're doing it really for the community.
Yeah. If people only, there's so many times that we could do a photo op that out of respect to the person, we don't do the photo.
Don't do a photo op.
Like,
I
know, whatever.
Yeah,
That's
whatever.
So that,
not
and then we're combining it with, found some other local designers. City SC is on board again. Friends of ours that own a great store. It's like the perfect timing. And as I was driving today, listening to the music that we're going to use for putting the pieces together of the show, I love that in our neighborhood, this brand new music venue just opened up, and that the vibe allows it to be electric, because the Scottish Rite is big and grand and that, and open, big.
And it needs a new
and a stage
system,
and all the things. So
stereo system.
But this, last year the stereo system was a problem. That's why we left so fast last year, because we were both.
Man, I was out of there. You know, but it's okay. I mean, it's like, I think you need those kind of things to remind you that's not really about you, because everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah. And everybody's gonna, when you're creating something, you're gonna be the most critical of it, or somebody else is not even gonna see it.
Right.
And what was really wonderful last year too, I think, and I love that we're doing it again this year, but we're opening it up to the public, is those 25 agents the next morning we did a Q&A panel with our models, and some of the parents were there. It was gold. Like the conversation of how this business really works, how they end up where they're at, how different markets are different in what they look for in a model, how it all functions. It's like mining gold. That information is just not out there. Again, that's why we're doing this, is to enlighten more people about how this really works, and hopefully have a bigger impact with our voice. But one of my favorite things last year was the panel the next day.
Yeah, it was cool.
Of the conversation, and it was cool because the models were engaging with the agents. The agents were open, honest, transparent. They had a lot of things to say.
Yeah.
They're pretty good at like telling it like it is. So opening that up this year at Tribute on Sunday at the 21C, we're going to do the model casting in the morning, and then open it up in the to finding the joy in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this year we had to look a little harder to find the joy. Oh my gosh, I just had an epiphany while I'm doing this.
What?
So every year I have a word. You know how every year I have a word?
Mm-hmm.
So last year my word was flourish. And then we had a really tough year, and I was like, did I get my word wrong this year? This word does not seem... This year, my word is joy.
2025 is joy?
Yes, but we've had to fight to find the joy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I haven't thought about it because I decided my word was January and we're in October. But when I think about what we're talking about right now and what this year has been for us, and I keep trying to encapsulate what I feel is going to be so uniquely different beyond the designers and the great models and the venue and the energy that we're going to be able to have in a music venue with tons of lighting and sound and energy. It's going to be really amazing. But it's that we have found our joy in it again in a different way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I'm just grateful.
Me
like
too.
Gratitude. Like that's where I'm at right now with everything.
Me too. Yeah.
I'm grateful that I get to do something that I do actually love. I love people. Mm-hmm. So, I think I do.
You do. Jeff has become my dad died when I was young. When I was 19, and my dad was just amazing. And I remember being in high school, or even probably started like in middle school. My dad was the guy that drove down the street and waved at people and said hello and went to the ice. He was that guy. Like he was that guy.
I am that guy.
You,
even if they don't wave back.
So many times I'm like, you are my dad. You never got to meet my dad. You'll get to meet him in heaven, but you never got to meet my dad. But you are, and you have to love people in order to be that way. Mm-hmm. I think what has happened, and again, why this podcast is so important, Tiana, our daughter, worked at Vogue World, and we just shared it on social. And I talked to her the next day, and she's been in television in the dance world for 2 decades. Like, yeah, I don't know, a long time.
You're not aging me.
Well, anyway, she said, Mommy, your business is so tough. And she's been around it.
Yeah.
But she was hearing the conversation and wanting to maybe cut a few models for them and go, no, we're not going to do that. But I'm like, it's tough. Mm-hmm. It's tough. And
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So there's going to be times that you question, but ours is not the only industry that's tough.
That's what I was about to say. Like,
okay, good.
I think when you're operating at a certain level, a high level, it's really tough. I mean, I think about professional athletes and, people like that, and what they have to go through to get and stay at the top is like the same with a model.
And same as a mother agent.
Same as mother
Hello,
agent.
whoever said it back in the day. I think it was Greg Chan, maybe.
The model business by mother, like a live version.
I don't know.
Like with the audience.
Model business by mother.
He's talking about like a.
Right?
Why?
It's like now that we've dragged you dragged you into the
fold.
circus show. Because you've been at a weekend, you know what those weekends are like.
Absolutely.
That preparation, that's key. That's
Preparation is key for everything, anything.
everything, and it never ends.
No.
Like the conversation last night with the girl who's from Chicago, and she couldn't come to one of the things, and I was like, you're going to be okay. Work on this at home. Send me this. And I was like, it doesn't end. It begins. It's like how when we'll go, a model will get signed with an agency. I made it. And we're like, no, now you're just starting.
Right.
Yes, technically, but now the work begins. It's like, now we're in a new phase, and now you're going to need us in a different way.
Right.
And people will go, you would always go, but they don't always need you. You always need your mother.
Ooh, that's good.
You
Cheers.
do. You may not need her like you needed her, but there's just something of guidance and keeping them, doing our best to keep them in a humble space in the right, and not let this business fill you with things that aren't real and don't really matter. And that's the other thing that I think is really cool about right now. The models that we have in management, development, and new faces, there's some really special, they have priorities.
Yeah.
Right.
I like them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like as you're saying this, I'm thinking I'm like lining them all up.
Yeah, they're great.
I really like them.
And and with this one too, one of them was like starting to feel a little anxiety about doing it. She came and sat and talked with us last week on the couch, and I was like, frame it like this. It's fun. You're here to have fun.
What was the nervousness about? I mean, for somebody getting into that world, and you get a lot of individuals that you're introduced into that world. What were some of the things they were nervous about?
Pressure for her, it was pressure to be perfect, which I was like, first of all, the great thing about the modeling world, this is not a beauty pageant. Nobody wants perfection.
No.
Perfection
That's not
is
what society's telling. From the outside looking in.
Right. But
I
I know, but if they really knew, the more you are yourself and the more you are as an individual. She was self-conscious because she hadn't been wearing her retainer, and she's like, my teeth aren't perfect. And I was like, I love your teeth. I love the imperfection is part of the beauty of you. Do you know what I mean? So for her, it was that, or to feel like you're going to do something wrong, or the conversation last night that I had, she was like, now when I do my interview questions with the agents, what should I be saying? I said, well, first of all, don't think of it as an interview, think of it as a conversation. Because nobody wants some scripted, I'm so-and-so and I'm from here, and they can read it like a book. They'll be like, but who are you? Like, what do you like? Like, what's the thing that makes you uniquely yourself?
Do you remember those pageants we used to go to?
Oh my gosh, we used to judge those pageants. I would leave those days going, I'm a tired woman.
I'll never forget the girl was on stage, and I don't know if you were asking the question or whoever, but it said, the question was, who's your favorite designer?
I knew you were going to say this.
It was like Versace. Like, what? You mean Gookie?
We were in Iowa. They would all say the same answer. They would say Calvin Klein. That was like the easy go-to.
No, but a funny thing.
I do remember though.
Okay, I just want to tell this quick little story. It's so not related to anything.
Great.
But did I know you when I went to Florida?
No.
And I was hanging out with Tony Scotti? He was going to school.
No.
In Florida, okay. Do you know the picture I had Timberlands on? And
probably. Did you have blue contact lenses?
Gray. So
You
I'm-
went through the
it was the 90s.
Everybody thought
It was
that-
the 90s. So I'm literally at the University of Florida, right?
He spent a lot of time in universities.
At universities.
Never in a class.
But hun, so we'd be out and girls would be like, "Oh, are you a model?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I model for Macy's." It was, I don't know, or
That
Famous
was your
Bar.
answer?
No, Famous Bar, not
Famous
Macy's.
Bar.
I don't know why I just told that story, but it just
It's
popped in my
good.
head.
So
Yeah. You can cut that out.
So he's like, no, that's not happening. He wants to find the picture with the blue contacts. I think that's why the name tribute is so appropriate, because it's a tribute to the work. Thank you, honey. It's a tribute to the community that supports the dreams of these models, because it's not easy to take a different path. It's a tribute to the body of work and all the things, but it's evolved into so much more than we originally intended it to be, which I think anything that's growing and is good is going to become more than you thought it could be. And we've talked about what it can even evolve into more, because it's not like you're not going to stop.
No.
I mean, that would be stupid.
Not really.
We're not good
I mean,
quitters.
some people, we're not good quitters. I did think about, like, a couple days ago, I'm like, what if we just stop doing tribute?
But the funny thing is, I'm starting, when Sarah used to help with, Sarah Bross is just a boss girl, and we love her, and she helped a lot with production. Now she travels all the time and does production, but when she was our girl, I remember it would start like late September, early October. She's like, I'm having tribute nightmares already, where you'd have the nightmare where like nobody shows up, or all the models, I don't know, there's a million different nightmares. Well, I'm starting to have that little tinge of anxiety that you get knowing, okay, we're a month out. But isn't that part of like being alive and not being bored? Is being a little terrified. Terrified is not the word. It's just knowing that once again, there's always something. Like last year, remember, we had the whole plan that there was going to be the
wood,
like the walkway
ramp.
thing, the ramp. And then we realized the day of, okay, we're not going to have the ramp. They're all going to have to walk down 2 stairs, which is not ideal. And it ended up being fine. I think maybe there was a few little things here and there, but part of production, Tiana and I talk about that. There's always going to be a glitch.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact that the one thing that you can say about a tribute show is you walk away feeling inspired. I
was going to say inspired too.
Were you really? Yeah.
I remember someone wrote an article once and it said, it was more than just a fashion show.
So much more. So much more.
I like that. I like when it's
too.
more than just a fashion show.
Yeah.
Because we all like to be inspired, I mean.
Yeah.
I remember one year we did like some voiceover stuff and the models were talking and people were crying.
The big shop.
Yeah. It's like, wow.
Yeah, because when you
cool.
really hear what this has done or is doing in their lives, it just everything else pales in comparison to that part. And for each individual person that's walking in that show, they have their own story of what it's done.
We should tell some of their stories.
I mean, that would be amazing. They all have a story.
Oh yeah. Can we do remote?
Oh, absolutely.
Because that would be cool. Like to get Molly or someone.
I think she's coming.
Is she?
She's trying to want to come.
That's great.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's my homie.
you put Molly in, yeah. Oh, timing.
Look at that.
So, where's your thing? You forgot what you said you were going to do every time. It's okay. Would you rather do something else?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to do? Anything?
No? That's a wrap?
I think, sorry. No, I think like what Tiana said today on her, our daughter Tiana has this great email that she does every Tuesday. And just about, she's our daughter, so our whole life, she's been immersed in this thing. And she had a great quote.
She said, the more I experience, the more I realize this. No matter how high the stakes or big the stage, it always comes down to the same thing. Trust yourself, trust your team, and stay curious enough to keep learning.
Yeah.
That's
That's
good.
a wrap. Okay,
That's
now
a
a high
wrap.
five.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I do think that's going to be nice introducing some of it.
Yeah.
And even doing it virtually or whatnot.
Yeah.
As this develops, you'll see that as much as you plan, as much as you want it to go a certain way, I like that you're keeping it natural because that's what people want.
Yeah.
People want to hear you. People want to be. I even wanted to hear more about some of the difficulties that you really encountered, like.
Oh, we have
what
so
really
many.
made that tribute that bad, like, besides walking out with no shoes.
Right.
When the main sponsor is a shoe company, we were like,
It's like,
Hey,
do this.
you gotta have shoes.
you gotta have shoes.
And then how did some of the talent react? And
Yeah.
how did it make you really feel?
Yeah.
As not just the mother agent, but as a business owner. Who is your key audience? Who is it that you want to see when or to hear what you have to say? I'm truly interested.
I mean, I don't think it's just aspiring models. I think that everybody thinks that it's aspiring models only. But we've had a lot of people give us advice through the years too that it's even more so like the parents of the models or people that want to be in this business, that there's nothing out there. So it's a combination,
But I think there's also like life lessons in our story. I think there's like we're resilient. I think that business owners could relate to the struggles that we go through, like not knowing, like it's like, again, you invest in people and people sometimes shit on you. I mean, and that's
in a
hard.
business that part of it, he'll say it, it's true, part of your helping a model believe in themselves, you're telling them how great they are, and then they go into a business that everyone's like, oh, you're so beautiful, and it's so easy to start to lose.
Yeah.
So you try to keep them grounded.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that will take you out faster than anything.
Even if it feels like you're on this,
we
it's
just
going
had
to.
Bigger they are.
Yeah.
It's
That's true. Yeah.
It is true. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See that?
Or people that think.
That's what I want in some of these episodes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're ready.
You don't have to name names.
Right.
No, we don't have to. We don't have to name names.
No, we don't have to.
You want to hear that because people want to see like, what is it? When people get about themselves, they think they hot stuff.
Oh yeah.
You want them to think they're hot stuff. It's just you don't want them to start thinking that they're better than someone.
No.
Right.
Or that they did it all by themselves.
Hey, nobody.
I know.
The choice you make is still influence. My dad taught me. He used to say, "Don't let your emotions control your choices."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great advice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Your choice, your move.
Oh yeah.
Well, your emotions can lie to you.
Oh.
They
what
do
I
lie to
feel
you.
is not sometimes true. In fact,
Right.
that's in every relationship whatsoever. I
Right.
feel sometimes my kid don't care about anything I've done.
Right.
Yes.
But the truth is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all, your emotions can get you going down a rabbit hole.
Terrible.
Yes.
I didn't mean to interrupt y'all.
No,
that's
it's
that's
great.
cool.
I think it's great.
Just